Have you read any other books in the PLM space?
No, I mean, I might have browsed through them, but most of the books that are written by academics are good for sleeping.
Yes.
I mean, only if you know exactly what you want at a certain moment, then you go into the book and you browse through it. Because also in the early days, I got a book from Chalmers University in Sweden about PLM. And I think it's, I never read it. I started reading and then I said, okay, it's too boring. It's too academic, too far away from reality.
I've read books on not PLM, but engineering design in the past. So part of PLM, right? So yeah, reading PLM books is not the thing that I tend to do, but I've maybe referenced them every now and then. So used them as a guide. But to be honest, I couldn't tell you which books because it's not something that I do a lot. Is read PLM books.
Can't say I blame you there.
I have started on other PLM books. Completed them is another matter, right? There are not that many PLM books really on the market as well. If you look at it, it's also a definition of it, right? Because many of them, they are very engineering centric, the books that are currently out there, that I at least personally have seen. They may be more focused on, for instance, engineering documentation or configuration management as a bit smaller topic than the wider thing. So I think that is one of the problems that arise. Even that small proportion of the life cycle, that's one of the problems that we've got. Is then there is mechanical engineers and they understand mechanical and electrical and electronic. And now we are inventing systems engineering in order to find a common language for everyone. But still, with that language, who is educating in university about proper system-based engineering?
Even just having PLM as a topic in university in the United States is relatively new.
It is. Typically, they've got PDM or CAD management or something like that because it goes along with the mechanical studies as an example. That's typically where you find it. So before that is changed, it will always be very fragmented, is my guess.
Whenever it comes to other books that are on the market, like you mentioned, reading parts of them, sure, that kind of leans along to Lee's statement that you're usually looking for reference material, something that you can open to a very specific section, get exactly what you're looking for and be done. Plus, they're usually like this thick and $150, and like, who's going to buy a bunch of those? I think the only other book that I've read that, falls outside of that category would be the one by Zero Weight State, the PLM primer. Which is, something very thin. There were actually sessions that I went to at customer sites where they had passed out copies of that book before, the meeting for people to read, to kind of like get at least a basic understanding of what they were going to be talking about going into these sessions. So yeah, I think that's pretty common. I don't think it's just us that doesn't sit around reading academic texts.